Hi, Assalamualaikum. So today, me and my group mates will present our final assignment, which is on our chosen company, Dell Technologies. Okay, first, let me introduce to you the group members. We have Salman, Anhoy Abril, Situno Fatiha, and me, Noliana. Starting with the introduction part, in the introduction, we have background of Dell Technologies company, mission and vision of Dell Technologies, and also issues to focus. Okay, for the first part of the background of Dell Technologies company, Dell was founded in 1984 by Michael Dell and was originally operating under the name PCs Limited. So before it was called Dell, it was actually called PCs Limited. Now, Dell also established with an initial capital of 1,000 US dollar, where it focuses on selling custom-built personal computers. Now, Michael Dell himself introduced an innovative direct-to-customer business model, where it helps enables Dell to offer lower prices, greater product customization, and closer customer relationships. Dell also experienced a rapid growth and expansion, becoming a well-known name in the computing industry. I mean, by now, if people say the word Dell, I think all would know all would know the Dell company, right? So, in within the 4 years, Dell itself first had the first overseas subsidiary in the United Kingdom, as well as 11 additional international operations, which helps Dell become a global technology company.
Good morning and Assalamualaikum. My name is Enhoy Brawinti Mamat Semi, and we will be moving on to the second part of the background of Dell Technology Company. So the firm rebranded as Dell Technologies to highlight its move towards an entire IT infrastructure structure after completing a landmark of 67 billion merger with EMC Corporation in 2016. So this change broadened its scope beyond personal computing to include high-growth domains including servers, cloud solutions, and data storage. So now its headquarters is in Round Rock, Texas. The Dell Technology, it currently serves 98% of the Fortune 500 firms and operate in more than 180 countries. And the company has two main divisions that are Client Solutions Group, which includes the well-known XPS and Alienware brands, and the Infrastructure Solutions Group, which supplies the vital data center technology driving the contemporary of digital economy. So let's move on to the next presenter.
Now let's see the mission and vision of Dell Technologies. So for their mission, Dell Technologies helps organizations to build their digital futures and individuals transform how they work, live, and play. So for their vision, our vision is to become the most essential technology partner.
So in this presentation, we'll be looking at a couple of issues. First, we'll be looking at the marketing mix of Dell Technologies, and we'll be examining their products, their prices, their places, and the promotions that the companies have chosen to market their products. And we're going to emphasize strategies implied by the company to navigate the fast-paced tech industry as a leading company. First, we'll be looking at products. So products, Dell Technologies, of course, they are a tech company. Their main products are computer systems and IT infrastructure. Now, we can classify products to consumer and industrial products, and Dell Technologies fit both because they serve the individual customer and they also serve business entities. So, in customer product, they are regarded as a shopping product because they have high prices and they are not purchased very frequently. Laptops and desktops can last up to 5 years and above, and people don't really buy it that often. So people put in a lot of effort to consider when buying the product. In terms of industrial products, they are counted as capital items, and these include stuff like office equipment, fixed systems, retail systems, and server and the IT infrastructure in general. So for example, in an office, there will be lots of computers, and companies can also give employees individual laptops to do work. and it's also printers, and of course the servers and storage systems. Next, we have the 3 levels of product. These are how marketers think when trying to come up with a product. The first and foremost, we have core customer value. This is what the product brings to the buyer. And this is very dependent on the product itself because they have so many products. So for the PC line, so for the PC in general, their personal computers bring productivity and connectivity. So when buyers get a Dell computer, they have the ability to do work. They have the ability to connect to the internet and connect with their friends, or they can also just do stuff that you can do on any laptop, like browsing the web or video streaming, for example. For Alienware PCs specifically, it will bring fun and entertainment to the buyer because Alienware is a gaming brand, so games, of course, imply having fun, right? You can play with your friends or play the very demanding games. For servers, when IT managers or business buy Dell servers, they are buying peace of mind because depending on what server they bought, because they have a lot of products in the product line, it will be either buying reliability or a robust cybersecurity or have ability to do complex computations, etc. Next, we have the actual product. This is the product itself. So there will be personal computers, like desktops and laptops, server computers, like the Power Edge, and the IT infrastructure as mentioned earlier. And lastly, we have augmented product. This is based on the core customer value and the actual product. So it's built around that. As a tech company, this usually manifests in the form of customer support. And customer support is very important for Dell because Dell's customer base is largely corporations and business entities who have lots of servers running, and they need the servers to run perfectly at all times. If not, then business is down. So Dell puts a lot of effort in keeping their customer support as the best as possible. Of course, as tech company, they give out warranties and warranty extensions and routine maintenance services for businesses and also for home use. So for general people who are not tech savvy, they can call Dell and just have their system maintained by Dell employees. Next, we have packaging and labeling. Dell Technologies use plain brown boxes for their packaging, and they're not really attractive, not really eye-catching, and that's not because they are not very stylish in general, because there's not really a reason to. Because when you go to buy a computer at a retailer, you won't be looking at shelves that have the computers on it. You'll be looking at countertops and displayed products on the countertop so that you can have a feel on what the product might be. So how the keyboard feels like, how heavy it is, and how it feels in the hand, stuff like that. So because there's no reason to attract people to shelves and check out the product packaging, so they just keep the packaging simple, really. So it's cost effective and it's pretty nice. Of course, with packaging, you also need to label. So you have the branding on the product, of course, Dell or maybe Alienware. They also put the product model or also the product line. If it's XPS, they'll put XPS on it. And of course, being a tech product, there's a lot of safety labels that they need to put out there, like the how much wattage this thing needs, how much voltage should you use for the plug, etc., etc. And because because they are a tech company, tech products, there's a lot of technologies being associated into their products. So, for example, if they have NVIDIA graphics, they will put a sticker on the product saying NVIDIA RTX inside, so that it would be a selling point for them, so that people will be more inclined to get it. And as shown on the Alienware 18 laptop here, you can see that their ports are also labeled so that people know which one is USB, which one is USB-C, which one is HDMI. Of course, this is not very consistent with all of their products, but it is present, so that's good. Next, we have packaging and labeling. Dell Technologies use plain brown boxes for their packaging, and they're not really attractive, not really eye-catching, and that's not because they are not very stylish in general, because there's not really a reason to. Because when you go to buy a computer at a retailer, you won't be looking at shelves that have the computers on it. You'll be looking at countertops and displayed products on the countertop so that you can have a feel on what the product might be. So how the keyboard feels like, how heavy it is, and how it feels in the hand, stuff like that. So because there's no reason to attract people to shelves and check out the product packaging, so they just keep the packaging simple, really. So it's cost effective and it's pretty nice. Of course, with packaging, you also need to label. So you have the branding on the product, of course, Dell or maybe Alienware. They also put the product model or also the product line. If it's XPS, they'll put XPS on it. And of course, being a tech product, there's a lot of safety labels that they need to put out there, like the how much wattage this thing needs, how much voltage should you use for the plug, etc., etc. And because because they are a tech company, tech products, there's a lot of technologies being associated in their products. So for example, if they have NVIDIA graphics, they will put a sticker on the product saying NVIDIA RTX inside, so that it would be a selling point for them, so that people will be more inclined to get it. And as shown on the Alienware 18 laptop here, we can see that their ports are also labeled so that people know which one is USB, which one is USB-C, which one is HDMI. Of course, this is not very consistent with all of their products, but it is present, so that's good. Next, we have individual product decisions in terms of branding and product services. Dell's branding is pretty plain. It's just the Dell name from the founder, Michael Dell, and they put the E in the slanted position in a sans serif typeface. Very business-like, very professional. So they keep it simple and it reflects their customer base. An exception to this would be Alienware, where they have this cool alien head design because the gaming market likes to have very cool looking aesthetics, very brightly lit RGB. So they adapt to that gaming that market by having more aesthetically pleasing products. And as mentioned earlier, product support services, very important for Dell because they need servers to run 24/7, and so the product support here is actually very highly praised. Is actually one of the best performing tech support in when compared to other competitors, and so that's really good for Dell. Of course, they give warranty extensions, replacement parts, and on the website also they give a lot of guides on how to repair your own systems. For example, if you're the tech savvy or you just want to try it out yourself, and so they have all that. Now we're going to take a look at their product line decisions. Dell has decided to categorize their product lines based on what the customer would be using them as. So, for example, here you have play, school, and work. These are intended for the casual users, people who just need a computer to do something. So professional grade, so people who work on laptops more. And the maximum performance are people who want the most power out of their systems. Gaming stands alone with the Alienware product line. And then we have servers and data storages. Although PowerEdge only has one line, we'll see that they have a lot of products later. Now let's look at product mix decision. We can see that Dell has a lot of length, width, and depth when it comes to their products. So as you can see with the product length, it's actually dependent on the line. For example, PowerEdge has like 30 plus products because they need a lot of server varieties for different use cases, while Alienware only has 6 products that you can buy right now. Also, they have a lot of wide range of products. There's at least 10 product lines for PCs right now. They also have depth to their products. This just gives customer a lot more choice when considering what to buy. But all of these choices can also give concerns to product cannibalization, which is where when one product takes up the sales of another product line, then this is because customers get confused which products should they buy as they seem kind of similar to each other. Okay, that's all for products. Let's look at the price next.
To the price element, so I will be going through with you about the price element of Dell Technology, and then some of it includes the pricing strategy, the growth of Dell Technologies through market penetration, and then their product mixing price, their bundling and tactical adjustments, and also their geographical and strategic pricing. Let's move on to the price. So today we are looking at the price element in the marketing mix, specifically through the lens of Dell Technologies. So as Kotler and Armstrong famously noted, while product development and advertising are cost, price is the only element that actually generates revenue. So Dell has moved away from the traditional cost plus pricing to a value-based approach. So this means that they don't just add a markup to their parts. They price based on what a customer feels a product is worth. So whether you are buying a budget Inspiron or a high-end Alienware, Dell ensures that the price matches the specific value and performance you receive. Next, to grow its footprint, Dell uses a market penetration strategy. So instead of taking big risks in new markets, they focus on winning over their customers or more customers in the PC market they already lead. They do this by undercutting competitors like HP and Lenovo through constant promotion cycles. For example, by offering deep discounts on the Inspiron series, they capture price-sensitive buyers. So this high-volume approach keeps their supply chain efficient, and they also, at the same time, build a massive loyal customer base. On, Dell is a master of the product mix. First, they use product line pricing to create a clear hierarchy. So you can clearly see why an Alienware costs more than an Inspiron because it's tiered by performance. You can see that the more upgrade they have, the more pricey it is. So you know it goes well with the price. But the real genius thing here is their optional product pricing. So Dell attracts you with a low starting price for a base laptop, but then once you start customizing, like adding more RAM, accessories, a larger SSD, or an extended pro support warranty, the price goes up. So these add-ons often have much higher profit margins than the laptop itself, which allows Dell to maximize the value of every single sale. Through the pricing, we can see that Dell use bundle pricing. They offer smart office packages where you can get the PC, monitor, and the accessories together. So it simplifies the decision for the customer and increases the average order value for Dell. And they also use several psychological tricks. If you look at their website, prices always end at 99 cents. So this is called the left digit effect. So a laptop at 2,999 and 99 cents will feel significantly cheaper than 3,000. So combine this with the seasonal flash sale like Black Friday, and you have a strategy that creates urgency and triggers impulsive buying. Last but not least, Dell uses geographical pricing to stay relevant worldwide. So prices are localized to account for regional taxes and duties, and then to also win over remote customers. Dell use freight absorption or free shipping. So your location doesn't stop you from buying. And this also would make the customer feel like it's more worth it, because not only do they not have to travel to get what they want, but they also like receive it for free shipping. But then in 2026, it was a year of strategic hikes because AI demand is vacuuming up all the memory chips. So Dell had to raise some business prices by up to 30%. So to protect from even higher costs like tariffs, Dell is diversing, moving more production to Vietnam and Mexico. So this flexibility is how they maintain a consistent brand image while surviving a volatile global market. So that is all from me, and I will pass the presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Moving on to the third P, which is place. Here, I will talk to you about the distribution channels, the strategy used for marketing intermediaries, and also the types of channel intermediaries in Malaysia. The distribution channels. According to Fernando 2025, a distribution channel refers to a network of organizations that connects manufacturers to end consumers. Now, Dell Technology actually adopts a hybrid distribution channel strategy that integrates both direct and indirect channels. This enables Dell to achieve a cost efficiency, product customization, and also extensive marketing coverage. Now, you can see that Dell applies a zero-level distribution channel where products are solely sold directly to customers. And the second one is 1 and 2 level distribution channels where it involves intermediaries such as retailers and resellers. For the strategy used for marketing intermediaries, Dell originally operated as using a direct-to-consumer business model, where it sells products without intermediaries. It sells through official website, phone orders, and also dedicated sales team. And it allows customers to customize their own computer system according to specific needs and preferences. Now, the advantages of this: first, it helps enable Dell to have a lower operating and distribution costs due to the elimination of intermediaries. And Dell also have a faster order processing and delivering times. And lastly, Dell have a stronger control over product quality, pricing, and customer service standards. And whereas for the types of channel intermediaries in Malaysia, Dell's products are distributed through many various types of retailers and intermediaries. One of them is the large electronics retail chains, where it provides physical product displays and in-store purchasing options, like the ones in Shanghai or Harvey Norman. And the second is online marketplaces, where it offers convenience, price comparison, and broader customer reach, like in Shopee or Lazada. And lastly is the value-added resellers or VARs, where it customizes solutions for business and institutional clients. Now, what are the advantages of this? First, it helps to reduce Dell's own distribution burden. Second, it leverages intermediaries' local market knowledge. And third, it maintains consistent branding and also service standards.
Now, let's see the next marketing mix, which is promotion. So in promotion, we have 5 elements, which are advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations, and direct and digital marketing. Moving on to the first element of the promotion mix, which is advertising. So based on Kotler's definition, Dell uses advertising as a paid tool to reach a massive global audience. However, Dell doesn't use the same approach. Hence, they split their strategy between individual consumers and enterprise clients. So for people like us, which is the consumer market, Dell focuses on lifestyle integration. So you'll see targeted ads on either Instagram or YouTube highlighting the sleek design of the XPS line of their laptop, or the power of Alienware that is made for gamer. So in contrast, their B2B or business to business is advertising is more about thought leadership. So they don't just sell laptop to this big corporation, but they are also selling digital transformation and security solution to position Dell Technology as a long-term partner rather than just a hardware vendor. So the famous campaign that was held by Dell Technologies is a campaign called Expand Your Universe with Yara Shahidi. Next is sales promotion. So while advertising builds the brand over time, sales promotion is what Dell uses to create a sense of urgency. As Kotler notes, these are the short-term tools designed to make people buy now. So Dell is very active during major shopping events. For example, in Malaysia, we have Merdeka or Hari Malaysia sales, and alongside with global events like Black Friday, Christmas. And Dell also target the education sector specifically by offering a 10% student discount, which helps build brand loyalty early in customers' life. So to keep customers coming back, Dell uses a Dell reward program, which is a simple point for purchase system. For example, earning 200 points can lead towards a discount worth 200 ringgit for future purchases. And another brilliant tactic by Dell is their trade-in program that allows you to trade in your old hardware from any brand for a credit towards a new Dell product. So this serves two purposes, which is the first one, it lowers the barrier for a customer to switch from a competitor's brand like HP, Asus, or Lenovo. And second, it supports Dell's sustainability goals by responsibly recycling the e-waste. The third pillar of Dell's promotion is personal selling. While most other companies rely on retailers like Harvey Norman or Senheng to sell their products, Dell was built on a direct sales model. So by cutting out the middleman, Dell's internal sales team talks directly to the consumer. So this gives them the total control over the message and the customer's experience. And a key part of this strategy is their inside sales representative. So these people aren't just telemarketers, they are also technical experts. So whether you are using live chat or phone calls, they can help users to navigate the build to order system. For example, if you are a student who needs a laptop for a video editing or a business manager looking for bunch of office desktop. These representatives ensure that the hardware matches your budget and your performance needs. So this way, Dell creates a feedback loop because you can speak directly to the buyers and they know exactly what the market wants. So this way, it allows Dell to maintain high brand authority in both the consumer and the enterprise segments. The next part of the promotion mix is public relation. So as Kotler explains, PR isn't just about paying for ads. It's about earning media and building a positive reputation. So for Dell, PR is the tool they use to prove that they are a responsible tech leader, not just a hardware manufacturer. So a major pillar of their PR strategy is the Progress Made Real 2030. So Dell knows that modern consumers and investors care about the planet. So to build their trust, they have publicized a moonshot goal, which is for every single product they sell by 2030, they will either recycle or reuse them. So this way, it makes the environmentally conscious consumers feel good about their purchase. And other than that, Dell also understands that it is better when others say that we are great. So their PR team heavily promotes third-party awards and endorsement. For example, Dell has been named as Fast Company's most innovative companies and India's most trusted brand. So this way, it provides a level of credibility that a standard advertisement simply cannot buy. To wrap up our look at the promotion mix, we're going to look at the direct and digital marketing. So Dell is perhaps the most famous example of a company built entirely on this concept because they sell direct to consumer. So they don't have to guess what their customer want, but they have the data. For example, if you've bought a gaming monitor from them, their system knows to send you tailored emails for Alienware hardware exactly when you are likely to upgrade. So in today's digital landscape, Dell uses an omni-channel strategy. Through SEO and Google Ads, they ensure that when a business owner search for best business laptop, Dell is the first thing that they will see. So as we look at Dell in 2026, the strategy has evolved into predictive marketing. So using Dell AI Factory, they can actually model a corporate client's needs and predict when their servers will need replacing. And they can send a proposal before the client even realizes that they need one. So combine this with AI-powered shopping assistant on their website, you can see that Dell's digital marketing isn't just about ads. It's about using technology to create a personalized, automated, and seamless journey for every single customer.